Journal, Human-Computer Interaction, Itec 3235. My name is Michael Bonaventure Chinedu. We're starting from the Module 1 Pencil Challenge Journal. From here, we'll look at the key module terms. In this module, we'll be looking at grasp, readable write-up, non-dominant hand. Grasp, to make something quickly, to take something quickly in your hand and hold it firmly, according to Cambridge Dictionary 2017. Readable write-up. This is a write-up that the content is easy for your audience to consume and understand, according to the 3rd John 2017, paragraph 1. We look at the non-dominant hand. The non-dominant hand is your hand that is less preferred. Hand, it is the one that isn't your dominant hand. If you are right-handed, then your left-handed is your non-dominant hand. If you are left-handed, then your right hand is your non-dominant hand, according to Twinkle 2013, paragraph 4. At this junction, we look at the weekly assignment challenge answers. In this pencil challenge, really, it was not easy. Even to hold the pencil was something else. However, later it became fun, but still hard to make the writing smooth. Just as it can always be in something we are not used to and you are introducing it to yourself for the first time, it could be so challenging. And during this period, I keep practicing, and at the end, I found it so interesting. And it's something that is worth doing. And as I keep writing over and over with my left hand, I got used to it. And that was when I started even writing something meaningful that is readable. Initially, my writers weren't readable. Just as a child, I have to learn how to grasp the pencil. Proper pencil grasp development for writing starts a lot easier than you think in children, according to Grootman, July 30th, 2023. My writing was hard and also very bad that initially I was the only one who could read my writers. However, as time goes on, I improved in that and I was able to read it better. As you keep practicing it, you keep improving over and over. And in this challenge, I have a reference from Harriet Green, Son, 11th May 2014. I also have Cherry Lavery in the handwriting. I have Herta Grundman, July 30th, 2023. Now, from this, what are student reflection on this module? That is the module 1. In the pencil, one will begin to wonder if actually there is something impossible. At the beginning, when I read the question, it seems impossible. That is for me to write with my left hand. To me, to write with my non-dominant hand, but at last it actually became possible. Perhaps fun in practicing. Could write with my left hand after some times of practice and devotion. As I gave it my time and very committed to achieving my goals. If one could practice this and get used to it, one could find it less challenging. If in case of accident or one loses his dominant hand, you will find that the non-dominant hand becomes a dominant one, and it will be easier for one to use it. And I was able to learn from this piece that practice make perfection. What you are not used to, if you keep introducing yourself to it, you get used to it. And who knows, that could be a savior tomorrow. Looking at the uh, module 2, innovation in running shoes journal. Innovation in running shoes. Key module terms here, we have the technology enhancement, we have the carbon technology, the outer sole, and we have the weekly assignment, challenge answers. So I will start with these three key model terms. Technology enhancement means the acquisition, installation, maintenance, or replacement of technology equipment, including library, biologically, and technologically equipment, necessary to provide access to information in electronic and other formats, made possible by new information and the communication technology, according to Law Insider 2021, paragraph 1. Now we look at the carbon technology. This is the use of carbon fiber in midsole of a shoe during production of shoes in order to increase its springing capacity, according to Tech Equipment 2020, page 1. Outer sole. This is the shoe's outsole is the portion that contacts the ground when you walk. That is according to Total Food Care 2021. Then we look at the weekly assignment challenge answers. Innovation in running shoes. Shoes in general are a very important part of our daily activities. As regards to our dressing, not only it makes us look smart, but in many ways helps improve our health. However, there are different kinds of shoes, but we'll be discussing on the sports shoe, running shoe. I have Flyknit. I bought this shoe because of its modernized design and its technology enhancement. Not only does it look unique, but also fits in my daily running exercise. I love the way it was designed. Running from its toe roll elevation, the arc bandage and the toe cap are both made of soft material, making it look very soft, flexible, and comfortable to wear for a long time. The pull tab behind it is a bit high, with slight massage behind the leg and brings comfort. The sole is designed with a grip teeth-like material which helps it to hold firmly the ground when running. It was made with a fixed lace which may not need constant losing, and the trying one can easily put it on and go for a run. The sole is made of elastic material that makes it to bounce when running with it. These features serve as energizer and a better support for more strength and enhanced comfort as well. Looking at this from a different angle, the shoe is designed in a way that it makes the runner lands on his heels instead of the front of his feet. This tends to bring also a head challenge. Modern running shoes encourage bad mechanics like landing on one heels. The part of the shoes with the most cushioning instead of the front of our feet. Landing on our heels transfers stress to the our lower back, and the spines. Also, the more cushioning a shoe has, the less your feet muscle are getting exercised. This can cause stiffness in the ankle and knee problem, according to Macro 2015. Furthermore, the lace that is not widely adjustable, that means not fixed, could make it difficult to comfortably suit one's desired fitness. In the design of the shoe, there should be vent opening. I'm introducing this as part of my own invention to improve the running shoe production or technology in our current days. So I suggested that uh, there should be a vent openings in the sole, and the most especially on the ankle. The ankle should be opened to help balance the joint for more accurate movement and the flexibility. The joints need no restriction in movement, especially when it has to do with exercise. There will also be a need to introduce a spring-like sole shoe to improve in the body vibration, as this would be of utmost importance for people with much weight. From my experience and understanding on the best way running shoes should be perfectly made, I would like to bring in innovation in shoe technology such as lighter foam, bringing it faster. It helps to, make giving the shoe a lesser weight, so the user have a lesser weight to carry while running. Meaning the lighter the foam used, the lesser weight, and giving the runner less weight to carry while running. We look at the carbon technology. The carbon technology is a very good innovation, especially when placed in between the foam. This could serve as a spring to push the runner forward comfortably. This technology makes or gives the runner an advantage to gain more speed with same strength. Then I have the next one, which is cushion the impact technology. It is a very important to have a very moderate balance between the shoes cushioning, the ground balance, and the stability, especially when one is running and even other walking exercises. This technology should be based on total balance of weight of the body on the heel roll and toe roll. From that, I move into giving a description with a diagram. In this, I have introduced some technology, and this is the open anklet. This is the position of the ankle. Should be made open. Then we have the adjustable lace. This lace shouldn't be the one to be tied. It should be elastic. So once you put it on, it suits the size of your leg. Then I also talked about this teeth-like grip. This teeth-like grip helps in holding the ground firmly, holding the ground firmly, so that you will not avoid slipping. And we have this one, the air vent. They help in the aerating of the under the shoe, the inside the shoe rather. So air comes in, it makes the user comfortable. We have the heel counter, we have the hero, the open anklet which I introduced. We have the pull tab, we have the padding, we have the padded tongue, we have the adjustable leg which I introduced. We have the ankle bandage, we have the nylon upper. This one makes it because this is a lighter material, makes it much flexible. We have the toe cap, the toe roll, the midsole, and from here now, from the diagram above, there I modified the shoe with inclusion of the adjustable lace. This is what I introduced. The open anklet I introduced. The all vent I introduced. The outer sole with gripping teeth also serve as the spring as well. Then the adjustable lace, I've explained all this in the diagram. Then we move in them. I have the reference uh, from Lucky Fit shoes. I have the sports Kinder. We have the training peaks, and I also have the conversation.com. Here I got my references from. And we have student reflection on this model. This is the model 2. In this study, I learned a lot. Of course, the idea of keeping footwear production to the standard that we meet toward the demand of the people. I learned that creating open anklet could do a whole lot in creating comfort and aerating the leg. This could bring flexibility, thereby giving relaxation to the user. Then we have the use of the carbon technology creates good movement and improves springing technology as a new technology in the shoe industry. The use of the air vents I learned is also a good way to let air go into the shoe to make the leg muscle relax and feel well aerated. The gripping teeth sole of the shoe would also help in avoiding slipping off when running. I have learned that technology can actually do a whole lot in the modern running shoes. We look at model 3. The model 3, which is the hot plate. Here we'll be looking at the tactic as one of the key model terms. Tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge, according to Oragui 2023, paragraph 1, refers to the knowledge, skill, and ability an individual gains through experience that is often difficult to put into words or otherwise communicate. We have the electric impulse. And the electric impulse, according to EduRev 2021, said that electrical impulse is a form of electrical energy released by the activity of electron and other subatomic particles. Excuse me. Then we have the hot plate. The hot plates are electrical devices that will rely on electricity to produce heat, according to ANDO 2021. That is a paragraph 4. We look at the weekly assignment and the challenge answers. Module 3 assignment hot plate. During this one, I narrated the aspect of when I was a kid, when we see the adults, being in painful mood as a result of having touched the hot plate. As a child, we do automatically, as we know them, feel bad, but we never knew how painful it was until we grew up and start experiencing such pain when we touch the hot plate. So I began to assume that the pain is unbearable and I would do everything possible to avoid such pain. The good aspect of this learning is that it instantly passes across a loud message of caution and makes one to be careful of not going close to such sin. Perhaps the downside was that I did not know actually what brings in the hotness and how it could be prevented. I also did not know that apart from the oven hot plate, that there are also other danger related to heat and electricity. So looking at this, we look at how can this be prevented in the modern life. And then I introduced creating an alarm and a alarm controlled by sensor, which comes on as an alarm when a child goes to a hot plate. And I also introduce other cautioning features like building the hot plate in a manner that it has a protective guard around it, so that it will be very difficult for any child's or any kid's hand to get to the hot plate itself, and also to be careful about it, and also to have a sort of technology that teaches kids or introduce the artificial shock on kids when they come close to a hot plate, so that they can temporarily feel the impact, though may not be dangerous, but when they come close might be as a result of be placed in a form of game. But whenever they come close to it, it shocks, it discharges current, and they feel the impact, though to a very limited impact. So on that, then one can now be sure, or rather be mindful of not going close to the hot plate, and the alarm should be there. A hot plate built in a way that it has a guard that prevents hand from getting directly to the hot plate, and teaching the kids maybe through a game, using artificial intelligence, augmented reality, to teach them in a game that introduces the hot plate, and they can actually touch it and feel some a temporal pain, so that will be able to keep them away from a real-time life hot plate. Then in that I use some references from risingchildren.net. I also used another one from verywellfamily.com and the rest. And looking at it, we'll now look at the student reflection on this model. In this class, it was more a practical and personal experience. It brought to my memory the days of the past when hot plate was the most advanced technology for cooking in my country. It was also a frightening scenario for us, the kids. Almost every one of us had the mark on us. I'm talking here about the mark of injury from the hot plate. Being the most recent technology in my country when it comes to cooking, then, and it's what we don't really know. After most of the time, when the hot plate is off, you do know, even though when it's still blind, it's very hot. Most of us mistakenly, because there was no caution, touch the plate or either with our hand or our foot, and some of the injury, even as today, still remains there. So it is something that, that warrants we create every technology available, make use of technology available to ensure that we prevent the kids from getting hot from this dangerous hot plate. Then by creating sensor alarm in a very good one to help prevent burnt, gaming and virtual instruction available could help to reduce or stop accident from the hot plate. I learned much on how the accident could be prevented using modern technology. Looking at model 4, the interface, that the journal, yeah, here I use the Skype, how I can improve and put my quota in improving such virtual communication technology. Then here we look at the key model terms. I'll use Skype is a remote communication software through video calls and the text, owned by the American multinational Microsoft by Arimetrics 2022, paragraph 1. We look at the second one, which is network glitches. The network glitches, the code or known as NG, is a temporary interruption of the network connection between a client and a database server during an open source section or a transaction. This is according to Trentadate. So according to the Trentadue 2011 page 1, then we look at artificial intelligence (AI), the ability of a digital computer or computer control robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent being. This is according to Copeland 2023, paragraph 1. Then we have the next one as video conference. Video conference, this is live virtual connection between two or more remote parties over the internet that stimulates a face-to-face meeting. This is according to Chai and Elaza 2021, paragraph 1. Then we look at the weekly assignment and the challenge answer. Module 4 interface. In the modern, I use the Skype as I said earlier. So using Skype, we know there are a lot of challenges, but in the challenges, Skype has been doing very well. But then I have to introduce some modification. I would like to introduce some features. I would like to introduce real-time animation, which could be used to modify or change the background during the time of virtual calls. One can have option of choosing a preferred background before the call commences. One can choose different kinds of interior or exterior of choice, and that will definitely look very real and convincing to the partner. I would prefer to introduce waiting lobby to the platform where if new person is not permitted, cannot join the virtual call but can be allowed to listen but not allowed to contribute. For instance, developers can add a moderator to an in-progress call if someone tries to join and they cannot be approved. The moderator can then approve or deny that individual without disrupting the other participants on the call. This is according to Chivasangaran 2023. I would also introduce switching between speakers to enhance better moderation from a host or group of hosts during conference virtual calls. This is important because it's actually help individuals to see who is speaking, whether they are muted or not, what active participants are in the video conference, and which one are not active. This is according to Plahan 2023. Also, I use oneclickitsolution.com. I use the aperture.com. I also use the Emilero Besan stream as one of the or three of them as the reference. Then under the reflection in this module class, it is pretty good to have taken the class. I use Skype and in the platform um, I actually been using it before now. This is not the first time I'm using the Skype. I've been using it before now. I am conversant with the areas of the deficiency. It has been good to have communication enjoy without physical presence, and the communication of each could not be overemphasized. That is the physical presence and the communication of such could not be overemphasized. I have learned how much more this can be improved using artificial intelligence, other modern technology. What notwithstanding, the most of Making this improvement, the artificial intelligence, for instance, could be used to detect further network glitches and avoid it to remedy it before time and create before time and create struggle-free environment for good communication. We look at the module 5, the persuasive interface bedroom journal. Keynote here is clogging a toilet, hand dryer, and also toilet roll dispenser and toilet roll itself. Starting from clogging a toilet. This is the filling up of the toilet by toilet tissue, water, and other content caused by a blockage in the toilet itself or the drain pipes. Sometimes the blockage is partially and sometimes it is full. This according to Mr. Rota Plumbing 2023. We have the hand dryer. This is an electrical appliance usually found in public toilet that dries a person's hand through the expulsion of hot air, according to Collins Dictionary 2014. Toilet roll dispenser. This is a device that holds a roll of toilet paper and is typically mounted on a wall within reach of a toilet. This is according to Langig Dictionary 2020. Then we look at the toilet roll itself. It's a soft, lightweight, sanitized paper used in bedroom for personal cleansing after elimination. That is according to dictionary.com 2016 as modified. Then we look at the wiki challenge and answer. Model 5, Persuasive Interface Bedroom Journal. In order to stop people from clogging the toilet with too much paper, using innovation, one has to frown at the excess use of the paper. The abuse of the toilet paper seems to be inevitable. So, in this, every innovation that could be used to reduce the abuse firstly must be attended to. This issue can be mitigated by encouraging the practice of flushing only small amount of toilet paper and waste at a time. That is according to Dale et al. 2022. And firstly, user education is very important. So for us to see how we stop this clogging, user education is very important. Let them know the repercussion, the side effect of using excessive toilet paper in the toilet. Let them know how it can clog the toilet without giving any notice, and how such toilet cannot actually be used next time if the need be, unless the clogging is sorted out. So we look at it, we need to educate people, and this education might probably be uh, uh, in form of digital uh, awareness creation in the toilet, maybe at the entrance. And we also need to introduce toilet paper dispenser, which regulate the number or the quantity of tissue paper that comes to a person at a particular time. However, that not being enough, it can as well, through sensors, be regulated that a particular person would for no reason be able to get more than maybe 2 or 3 times of the dispenser dispensing the toilet paper to such a person. Maybe dispense the first one, if not enough, dispense the second one, and that ends it. So this is all to encourage the reduction in the use of tissue paper. And we also have to introduce the hand dryer. Introducing the hand dryer will probably make people know to use much of the tissue, because people after washing hands still use the tissue to dry their hand. But if there's introduction of hand dryer, people would probably use the hand dryer and not excessively abusing the toilet paper anymore, then making the paper available to be flushed in the toilet lesser, then totally discouraging and frowning at clogging of the toilet. Then look at it down. I also look at creation of emergency alert or alarm. This comes up when one is trying to abuse the toilet, maybe trying to use excessive paper. Once that is done, the alarm is triggered, calling attention that someone in the toilet is already abusing the paper. In such practice, it could probably bring a whole lot of reduction in the use of the toilet paper, because such person next time visiting the same toilet, even toilet elsewhere, would not allow or would not want such alarm to come upon him or her anymore. So thereby making sure that he or she uses a very little and a reasonable quantity of toilet paper. So introducing this, I took my reference from talk.com, look at the spruce.com. I looked at the Mr. Plumbing.com. I also look at benjaminplumbing.com as my reference. And the student reflection on the module. Look at the clogging of the toilet is a common scenario in our everyday life. It can as well be annoying and frustrating in a very disgusting manner. Everyone would be committed in bringing an end to such frustration. Nevertheless, it is important we learn the every necessary means to avoid clogging of the toilet. Using technology to stop clogging cannot be overemphasized. With this idea, there was an introduction of automatic toilet roll dispenser, as said earlier, to regulate and the quantity of toilet roll that is given out at a time. There was also an alarm system to create alarm when one tends to abuse the toilet roll. There was a preferred introduction of more water-based than toilet roll use after the use of the toilet. People will be encouraged to use more water rather than using more of the toilet or roll or toilet tissue. From this junction, we will now move to the module 6, Positive Argument Reality Interface Journal. The key module term here is augmented reality. We have the haptic responder, we have the stop, drop, and roll, and we have adaptive technology. Now, according to SAP 2022, page 1, augmented reality is an interaction experience that enhances the real world with computer generated perceptual information. And the haptic responder, this is a mode on a mobile phone, means that there is a tactile feedback when the user performs certain action on the device, such as vibration. That is according to White 2023. Stop, drop, and run, a simple first aid or a simple fire safety technique that consists of stop, then dropping, then rolling. These are steps to be taken when a person is on fire. This Worknick 2022. And the adaptive technology here is defined according to Arts Center 2021, that is adaptive computing technology. State that adaptive technology refers to a special versions of already existing technologies or tools that provide enhancement or different ways of interacting with the technology. Now we look at the model C positive augmented reality interface. In my practice of stop, drop, and roll method of the fire safety, I actually pretended to be in a scenario where I was caught by fire. In this scenario, when I did this, I noticed something. When I'm rolling, I was not able to actually say or detect where I'm rolling to.
Maybe I'm rolling to a more danger zone, and maybe there are people around who could also fall a victim. So I looked at it and I found out that there may be need for improvement in the stop, drop, and roll, and have to introduce some technology into using the augmented reality, the AR technology, as it is very common in our environment these days. We can start by introducing an AR application as well as game application. Now, looking at it, we have to introduce some precautions so that in such scenario we don't just stop, drop, and roll. However, we should also not forget that stop, drop, and roll method is only used when the clothes we are putting on catches fire. Only use stop, drop, and roll if your clothes catches on fire. Stay away from open frame. To prevent this from happening, this is according to National Fire Protection Association NEPA 2012. I would create an immense and a create interactive experience where fire incident would be used and making it as real as possible. That is using the AR, creating an atmosphere that makes it look as if there was actually a true fire, where these practices are being experienced and the kids are being taught on how to prevent themselves. They watch it, practice it, become part of them. They also have to be taught on how to know when when to stop, drop, and run, so that you don't stop on the path of the fire, or you don't stop on where you will even roll and roll back to the source of the fire. So these are the things one need to know. There should might be a sensor introduction that triggers alarm when there is such danger, or when you are rolling the sensor comes up. So as you have covered your face and you are rolling, if you are rolling closer to the source of the fire, the alarm comes up, then you immediately have to change the direction of your rolling so that you don't get yourself further injured. Further, this learning would create more understanding and good memories on the children. Talking about using the AR to teach and let kids learn about this uh, fire incident scenario, where one should know what to do. Not only you stop, drop, and run, but also put in cognizance some other things you need to put in mind. And in case of emergency, augmented reality in education offers a promising solution to the challenge of knowledge retention. That is, if you the kids are being trained with AR, it actually brings to their memory whenever they have such incidents, such as that, they can easily reconnect what they have learned through the augmented reality, so that they could probably know the exact thing to do. However, AR provides a multisensory learning experience that enhances memory retention and the recall, according to Adamska 2023. So it will be easily retained in their memory. They can easily know what is happening, what to do, and what not to do. Then we also look at the references, then down to student reflection on module. This class is a very interesting one. I have learned and improved on how I could use AR augmented reality to improve the fire safety. Using augmentative reality, one could enhance the safety precaution with more safety gadgets, building a better safety in general. There could be a fire alarm triggered by sensor to prevent unwarranted dangers in our daily life. In stop, drop, and roll, direction and safety routes could be navigated through technology to avoid endangering oneself the more. There could be help signal to be received by neighbors and the relevant agencies in case of serious danger. Augmented reality could be also used to alert anyone close to a fire incident space so that more or proactive caution can be taken to avoid further casualties. These are my reflection, and I believe there are a whole lot that was learnt, and it is of very good and interesting one, and it is a nice one to go with. Once again, my name is Michael Bonaventure Chinedu. Have a very, very good and nice day. Thank you.